Okay, this one's not frozen. Some of the ones under here freeze. I don't know why. Like this one. See, it's frozen. And this one is not. I don't know why it does that. There's nothing in there. Just like that, she is out. I should put this down. Gotta move good old baby bike out of the way to get to our maid of honor. Let's get some light. So, yeah. There's a few stories about this one. Okay, now that I properly got them set up, I have two bikes to talk about. I have to talk about this one, and I get to talk about this sexy beast. But we're going to start with everyone's favorite, the two-stroke. So, I let Mini Cooter take the bike for 15-20 minutes today, which is technically yesterday for when the video goes live. But I let him borrow the bike. Neighbors weren't happy. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going into detail about that. Just the neighbors weren't happy, and we're out of soda. And if you made it to the last couple live streams, good for you. You should smash that like button just because you are that awesome. And if you haven't, they were kind of late. So, I mean, I get it if you can't make it because in some places it's like 4 in the morning where you are. But basically the live streams, they're not scheduled. I'll be on my computer and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go stream. So the first two, actually the first one, I should say, I just put my computer on that table. I had a chair and it was like a chat. Then the second one, I had my computer on top of the car and it was basically just a live Q&A. That's all they really are. They're not made to like take place of a video. They're more of just like a live Q&A that if anybody wants to join and talk, that's why the title has been join if you want. But yeah, I mean, if you want to click on, that's fine. If you don't, whatever. I mean, I get it. Sometimes the Q&As are not, it smells in here. Sometimes the Q&As aren't everyone's thing, and you know, if you don't want to join that, that's fine, but it is really fun. Now, sometimes we do get carried away, and one of them went for like 3 hours. And that was the first one. But even if you stop in for like 15 minutes and just say, hey, it's just fun. That's really all it is. It's a fun little thing that I've started doing. The first one was kind of sad. It took me a while to get used to it. But once I started doing it, it was fun. So you should join next time if you want to. That's why the title is join if you want. And also, if you're in the live streams, you get to hear some things that are not in these videos. So my neighbor just went down the street at about 100 miles an hour. Yeah. And so basically, if you are in the live stream, you know that the 212 bike is being fixed. Like, I just got halfway done with getting the motor to start today. And we'll go over there and talk about that. So that's what some of these tools are for. They were fixing it. So this is the old ignition wire. I had to take the carb off, this plastic junk off, this off to get to the mag. And I basically just put a new wire on it. And now I need a new plug. And I need a new cap that goes on the spark plug. And she should fire up. Because the last one, the wire just kind of broke. So yeah, she should fire up. And then just some simple things. Like I gotta put the pull start back on. I'll put the air filter back on. But otherwise, she's pretty much ready to go. All I gotta do is get a new plug and a cap for the wire. I'm excited. I miss this bike. Ever since I started talking about fixing it, I'm like, you know, it's been a year. I can't wait to ride it again. Oh yeah, I know I let a bunch of people ride my two-stroke. That's not happening with this. This has way too much power to let people ride. So there'll be no videos of people riding this other than probably me and occasionally Redneck. But yeah, that bike, I let a whole bunch of people ride it. This one, I never let people ride, ever. Fun fact. You know, I just took like a 5-minute break and I just forgot what the entire purpose of this video was for. Oh yeah, now I remember. Bike. Bike is running great. Bike is kind of not going to be used for a little bit because neighbors are kind of mean and well, if you gotta be nice to your neighbors, so I'm gonna give that a little break. And that gives me time to start working on this. Is just right in the middle of everything. Climb over, get this girl running, and she's straight piped. She is straight piped, but she's like, compared to that, a lot quieter. But it has a, and this is actually a really cool feature of this bike. But holy crap, it's been so long, but still coming off. I can attach a muffler to it. Now this is a muffler that I got from the hardware store. I drilled straight through it and I cut it in half, and it acts as a little echo chamber basically. So it's a hair louder. But if I run it like this, it's loud. But it's a little bit higher pitched, so it sounds louder, which is kind of cool. But then I also have a muffler, like an actual muffler, that I can screw in and make the bike quiet. Now, the only problem is I've used it once, and that was because it was a really, really late ride, and yeah. So it's only been used once, and that's not an issue. Now, when this bike is running, nitromethane's going in it, ATF's going in it, lighter fluid's going in it, fuel treatment's going in it just after all of that, and that's really it. There's not much that you can do to them. That's what I hate about four-strokes, is you can't do much to them because they're so simple, kinda, but they're heavy. When that you can modify out to pretty much do whatever you want. You can have a road build like that. You can have a mountain bike build where it's, you know, good on the off-road, but it's not fast. You can do a cruiser build. There's a whole lot that you can do. When these are like, they go on the street and they're reliable. I prefer unreliable and fun. But yeah, this is like a kind of bouncy and short video. A couple of things that we have talked about in the live stream that I'm tired of hearing. I'm not fixing the clutch. The clutch is fine. It grabs. It doesn't grab on a cold start. It takes a second, but it grabs. Leave it alone. No clutch. Clutch is fine. I have replacement clutch for when it completely dies. It's right there. Also, no shift kit. Watch the video and find out why. No shift kit. No new clutch. No shift kit. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say that. And if you were in the live stream and you remember how we talked about the P.O. box, if you send that, that would be hilarious and disgusting at the same time. I kind of hope you do, because that would be really funny to watch him open that. I don't know. You should do it. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, you should send it. It's just funny. And if you're new to the channel, you should click that subscribe button. It's like right down there, I think. It's down there somewhere. But you should click that, because this has never been a better time to subscribe to the channel, because even though that's taking a break, we're reviving a bike that's been sitting for about 1 year and 3 months. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're in the live stream, and because when there's a lot of people in the stream, it's really weird. You send the chats so fast that I can't read them. And then when I'm done reading them and I answer all the questions and everybody just randomly stops sending stuff. And I don't know, it's weird. But if you send a super chat, I definitely will see it first, because I found out how it is I see the chats, but if you have a super chat, it stays at the top of the box thing that I have, and I can read that without it leaving, and then you select the amount of time that it would be shown for. So you could have it, I don't know who would do this, but you could have it up for 8 hours. I don't know how much that is, but I mean, literally you can have it for like 5 minutes for like nothing. And again, I also explained in the streams, if this video randomly cuts, it's because these stupid lights keep turning off. But yeah, that is, we just got that feature, and it took me forever to figure out what it was. But that's what it is. And if you really, really, really want to, help get the 212 on the road faster, and this on the road faster, and maybe a race between the two, yeah, I think that'd be cool. So, and none of the, like, the super chat crap, none of that goes to YouTube. That literally gets dumped back into this and this, but mostly this, because this is a very expensive build. I broke it down on one of the live streams. This is like a $70 rebuild, and I don't know about you, but I can't afford that. So I'm slowly building it. It'll probably take a month, but I'm slowly doing it. All it really needs is, of course, I did save like $15 by making an ignition coil, but I need a 26 by 1.75 wheel. I need a number 41 chain. I need I need a spark plug. I'm trying to like think of this like off the top of my head. I need, if this wire doesn't work, I'm gonna need a new ignition coil. I need to redo that kill switch because I disabled the primary one. One day electric start, but that's like a whole nother world. But that's like the main things. But they're, and a 36 tooth, or yeah, actually never mind, 36 tooth center mounted sprocket, not the spoke mounted, the hub mounted, because this puts out a lot of power to be putting on the spokes. I'd rather put it on the wheel or a mag wheel, but one day a mag wheel. Well, I'll put mag wheels on this, but at the moment, the center hub mounted works. So yeah, that's really all it needs to be on the road. It's not much because it's a simple build, but yeah, that's literally all it's taking it from being on the road. I'm excited to get back on the road. Little nervous about cops, but because this is a monstrous motor. Especially like this, I mean, it's big, but especially when you see this is like, it's powerful. I don't know, this side just makes it look so much bigger. I don't know why. I think it's the clutch. But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see if it'll actually fire up. That's my biggest thing. But yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling now, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video, or if you're cool enough and you'll join the live stream.